My name is Sheena Goss, and I am a Senior Program Manager with the Junior Achievement of Southwestern Ontario. And I will be your host today for the JA Career Hunt, featuring a Caring Careers panel. Select the appropriate session and see the full list of speakers, and then join the one that you want to attend. All right, let's get started. Session number 1. And don't forget, we're going to meet back here for session number 2, where we'll come together for a Caring Careers panel that you won't want to miss. See you in a bit.
Honestly, one of the biggest things that we look for in people when they want to be police officers, because as a police officer, you can't just work in a silo or work all by yourself doing your job. We really have to rely on each other. Any investigation that we do, if you're watching a show, like a lot of the police shows, not necessarily super accurate, they'll often have, one police officer takes the report, does the fingerprints, solves it in one day, busts down the door for the search warrant. That would not be realistic. So in real life policing, we have a different unit who are going to take the fingerprints. We have a different unit that's going to maybe kick in a door for a search warrant. We have somebody else who's writing the search warrant. So we really have to rely on each other as a team to do our job so that we can do the best investigation that we can. Because if you're just doing it by yourself, there's the chance that you're going to miss things. Teamwork really comes into play a lot on patrol, because if you're going to a call, let's say someone broke into a house and 2 people ran away from the house. If you have only one person responding to that call, how are you ever going to catch those people or potentially solve that incident? We have one person who goes to the house, gets all the information. We have a whole bunch of other people, right, surrounding the entire area, talking to witnesses, looking for the person that matches the description. We literally have to come together as a big team to even try and figure out what may have happened on a call. The other thing is you will never know everything in policing. It's impossible. And one of the most important things to know is to be humble enough to say, hey, I'm not sure of the answer to that, or I'm not sure what to do here, and to reach out to someone else on our team to ask, hey, this person's really good at this. I know this person has a lot of experience in this type of investigation. I'm going to ask them for help. And that's a big part of the teamwork as well.
So you need to find out what your passion is. Sometimes your peers, your friends, or even your parents and teachers say, oh, no, you can't do it, you can't make it, because I don't think you're a good writer, I don't think you will be a good teacher, I don't think you will be a good artist. No, just follow your own beliefs, follow your own passion, and that's very, very important. I know in this process, there would be many, many obstacles, difficulties, challenges, and some disagreements and sadness, but just keep with it, stick to it. And if that is your real passion, I think you can ultimately achieve it and find the relevant job that you are really, really enjoy it. So as for me, for myself, based on my own experiences, when I was in middle school, I think sometime when I was at grade 7, I suddenly had the passion for teaching and learning. And when I was a student, I always observed those great teachers teaching, and then although it happened 20 years ago or 30 years ago, I still have a vivid picture and memory about those greatest teachers. And then I am who they are. I am a teacher now.
I think I wanted to be in the healthcare field kind of since I was little. My mom's an optometrist. I had a little bit of exposure maybe to medicine sort of in that direction. But I would also say I was particularly interested in food and nutrition and how that kind of connects to our bodies. And so I was keenly interested in that. in high school in particular, just seeing how, my body, my peers, how our bodies were growing, and how nutrition made a difference when I was like in exercise or doing volleyball or other like extracurriculars. And then I had the lucky chance of getting to shadow a naturopath. And so in doing so, that allowed me to see this marrying of these two things of saying, hey, I get to be in healthcare and understand the science behind physiology and anatomy and how that interconnects. And then matching it with sort of some of the tools. So nutrition and counseling and some guidance there. And so I thought it was a really nice marrying. And then when I actually went and discovered naturopathic medicine, I was like, oh, there's all these other cool components that are part of my scope and part of my practice that include acupuncture. It includes doing injections and IV therapy. It includes botanicals and understanding nutraceuticals. So it kind of opened my world to all these different tools that could be incorporated to help guide someone in their health.
For this role, I believe kind of person we see is like a successful is focused. Focused. Like if you are given a task, you focus on your task, and also like curiosity and asking question, asking for help. That is very important. Like anytime we don't expect like everyone should know everything. So you should have your basic understanding, and when you start working, you ask question, you clarify. If you are stuck somewhere, you just try to try your best for some certain time, and then ask for help, reach out for help, or interested in anything new, share with your team, and just go forward. So learning is definitely part of career. Learning doesn't stop when you finish your high school or when you finish your university or college. So learning is always helpful for your career path.